Hey, we're going to learn a warm-up. It's called the planar warm-up. The planar warm-up helps you learn the planes of motion of the body, which is an anatomical terminology used in the fitness and medical world, universally all around the world, so it's very useful to know about. Helps you describe how your joints move through space. All right, so this warm-up will help you learn those things and also move your body in lots of different ways. And it helps you check in with your body and be a little bit more mindful about where your body is at with different kinds of movements. All right, so I use this all the time. We're going to start with the neck, and we're going to rotate the neck. And this is the body, the cervical spine, the neck part of your spine moving in the transverse plane. So you might start with some easy stretches back and forth, and then I usually have people hold the stretch to one side for about 5 seconds. And we're trying to look over their shoulder. Other side. Taking note of any discomfort. Maybe 3 to 4 repetitions of that. So that's cervical rotation in the transverse plane. Transverse, this kind of plane. All right. Next, we're going to do lateral flexion of the cervical spine. Stretching the ear to the shoulder, not the shoulder to the ear. Finding your stretch there. Other side. If you need a little bit more of a stretch, you can reach down with the opposite palm, nice and light. Just moving through. I find that doing this stretch daily, maybe multiple times a day, this warm-up rather, really helps me with my flexibility. Flexion of the cervical spine in the frontal plane. All right, so everything moving like this, jumping jacks, leg swings, that's all in the frontal plane. Up next, we are going to look up. Trying to keep the tongue pressed to the top of my mouth and down. This is cervical extension and flexion in the sagittal plane, like running, squats, forward kick, that's all in the sagittal plane. So that's what we're trying to learn right now, becoming more comfortable with that terminology. And then I usually add a little bit of some neck rotation, just drawing a U shape with my head. There's some research that says that if you go all the way back like this, it can put too much pressure on the nerves in your spine. Though I haven't seen research to support that. I'm a little superstitious, so I just circle. Anecdotally, it seems like it causes people pain. But it feels good to do a little circling. So we're going to add a little circling to that. All right, moving on to the rest of the spine. We're going to do cervical, thoracic, and lumbar flexion as we roll the spine down. Exhaling down, and I'm going to turn to the side. Exhaling down, inhaling up, trying to release the vertebrae one by one. Extension. This is in the sagittal plane. And then I'm going to point my chest up like I'm getting beamed up into the sky. Exhale down, rolling the spine down vertebrae by vertebrae as far as is comfortable for you. Inhaling up, trying to work on that fluidity of the body. Maybe you want to press your palms into your legs to give yourself a little self-massage. Check in with your low body, finding your stretch in your calves. Chickening in on your body, checking in on your body. Maybe your calves are extra tight, your hamstrings, your core, your low back, your upper back, your spine. So you might do that as many times as feels good for you. That's in the sagittal plane, flexion and extension of the thoracic and lumbar spine. Thoracic spine, lumbar spine, cervical spine. Yeah, that's what we're working with there. Okay? Now we're going to move in the frontal plane with the spine. We're going to press up towards the ceiling and lean over to the side, reaching towards one side, starting with short ranges of motion So now we're warming up our core muscles that usually, if they're tight, our spine is going to feel tight here. The oblique abdominal muscles, all of the abdominal muscles here, getting a good stretch. This one might need a little bit of time because you might be holding a lot of tension in your low back. It's good for that. We're going to move in the transverse plane, this plane that divides us in this way, and twist for a, what are we doing here? Yeah, rotation in the transverse plane of the spine. And I'm keeping my lower body rooted so I can focus on this twist, not letting my knees move, just finding that stretch in my body. And I might hold it, finding my range of motion as I move through. And I love a ragdoll twist, letting the feet rotate, getting a little bit more twist in the whole body, slapping your sides, letting the shoulders relax, slapping the side of your body helps release tension and just get everything moving all together. It's not really part of the planar stuff, but it just kind of helps out. All right. Okay, so that's the spinal movement.
Quick note that there's
Stuff
also
with the spine
ankle
so far.